So tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw was, how do I say it this way? It was a mixture of somewhat good, kind of bad, a few of the ugly. I know it took me only 20 seconds to say all that, but you know what? It's the truth. I'd be lying to you if I was not saying that. But anywho, we move on to, believe it or not, we had a opening segment as we usually do, but it wasn't as long as usual. Usually it's like 15 minutes, God, till like, things going down, something of that nature. But you had the return of Mr. McMahon. That's right, Vince McMahon came back. Basically, a cheap plug for the Green Network saying that how Survivor Series is going to be for free, that the network's for free this month. And ironically for me, who has, freaking last month on the freaking network, it's like, but, before I renew it, obviously. So, out comes Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose has this little match with Cesaro. Not too bad. Um, Obviously, it's one of several matches we've seen before in the past, so nothing out of the ordinary. But solid, not bad match. But what was really weird was at one point they went to a commercial and Bray Wyatt came out, and it was basically they had a little video thing, and then they went to the commercial and came back, and Bray Wyatt sitting in his rocking chair, and they did the same exact thing after the match was over. It's like, and then freaking the rocking chair is going back and forth. I'm like, okay, really? It's been about 5 seconds for him to run out of the chair, go backstage. Like, ugh. This is what happens when you team up with Cena. And then back to the mid card for you, Dean Ambrose, aka Hobo, Joker's long lost son, Greasy, pedophiles, and the wish. Okay, so then we have Jimmy Uso versus The Miz. Oh, yeah, by the way, I almost forgot to mention. Apparently, there's a new stipulation for Team Cena versus Team Authority. If the Authority loses the match at Survivor Series, they will no longer be in power. Which to me absolutely makes no freaking sense because freaking Seth McMahon is technically, the principal owner of the company and Triple H is the COO. So how would that change? Exactly. Then we have Jimmy Uso versus the Zombies. And a short little, I guess you could say, somewhat of a comedy match. They kept on saying, "Oh, how the Usos have been using twin magic as of late," and you know, Miz gets the win on Jimmy Uso. Yeah. Moving on. We get Sheamus versus Tyson Kidd, and they kept on mentioning a couple times of the night that after Monday Night Raw, because it's bad enough we have to watch this crap for about 3 hours straight. We had to have on the WWE Network. We get a dark match, a dark title match, I guess you say, a free match. Sheamus versus Rusev for the United States Championship, but here he was facing Tyson Kidd back. And overall, I guess an alright match. Nothing extraordinary to say the least. I mean, it's another cheap. They're trying to do the whole Tyson Kidd and Natalia, Total Diva, stupid BS. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that, but yeah. So, Tyson Kidd wins by count out. Basically uses Natalia as a shield, runs back in the ring. And then within like 5 seconds, he gets eaten with a broke kick from Sheamus. And then we have an interesting segment here between Dolph Ziggler, who was supposed to have a match with Seth Rollins. A night. This was honestly one of probably the best. I'll say second best in the night. But this is probably one of the better promo / segments I've seen in a while from this company. There was no. Obviously you don't have Daniel Bryan, you don't have Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose, you basically pushed him aside to freaking, for Bray Wyatt. But like, okay, you need a number two face right now. You're still trying to tease us with Orton being a face, so you need something there. So they made Dolph Ziggler kind of look like somewhat of a star here because, Triple H was gold on the mic. You know, I was on the mic, yes, gotcha. I was on the mic, and I actually did good. You know, he came out there and he's like, okay, what you can do whatever you want, but why do you want to be on Team Cena? You know, at the end of the day, if Cena, you know, Team Cena wins, it's not they're not gonna say, oh, Dolph Ziggler won it for his team. No, they're gonna be like, John Cena's gonna be looking like the hero. And what if Team Cena loses? No one's gonna blame Cena. They're gonna blame it on guys like you, Dolph. You know, he made a lot of good points that it was just like, wow, you know, this is looking pretty good. And it's a nice little rub for, you know, Dolph Ziggler, who's the Intercontinental Champion, who, you know, before Hell in a Cell looked like, you know, but ever since then, they're making him look pretty darn well. So, I give WWE credit for that. But, you know, Ziggler, of course, declines it and says that he just wants, you know, the authority gone and whatnot. So basically, guys are like, okay, you put it that way. Now you gotta face Seth Rollins for the IC title right now. Then we have Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. Pretty good match. You know, not too bad, not too shabby. Match basically ends up in disqualification, but technically, I guess it doesn't happen because, I don't know, the ref never called for the bell because Orton came in with an RKO out of nowhere. Yeah. And speaking of botches of tonight, Lynn Garcia. I know she was on Twitter tweeting about how she's having like respiratory problems or something, but she was, I don't know what world she was in, and I got loco. Um, so then we have this vignette of Luke Harper, and she basically, you know, basically these eyes, and it's like for 5 seconds long. All I saw was eyes. I didn't understand a word he was saying. It was like, and it's just eyes. Okay, then what the hell are they doing with the Wyatt family? Now they're separating them one by one, which leads me to, because I know I'm going to forget this part. Freaking Eric Rowan, man. What the hell? Is he the next Festus? What the hell is he doing with Renee Young? It's all like, pretty. And she's like, thanks. Like, it was just the most awkward thing I think they could have thought of in that situation. Eric Rowan, Mr. Sheep Mask himself, and freaking Renee Young. Yeah. So, then we have Ryback versus Titus O'Neil. Short match. Ryback wins. Yeah. But, you know, I'll give WWE credit, though. I know I'm skipping that over, but, you know, it seems like WWE is pressing the reset button. You know, I said it on Twitter. If you haven't followed me down in the description box, there'll be my Twitter link. But, anywho, you know, it's interesting how WWE's putting the reset button with some of these guys. You know, Bray Wyatt, they're doing it. The Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and now here with Ryback. You know, they're kind of thinking, okay, we're kind of screwed up with these guys, so let's try this again and see if it works. So, you know, at least they're trying that way. They haven't totally given up on them like they have for other people, to say the least. But, you know, it's something. So, next we got Mark Henry versus The Big Show, and oh my God, I almost fell asleep during this. I kid you not, I almost fell asleep watching this. I was sitting here right here in this chair, my television right there. I was almost knocked out because of how much I could give a rat's ass about this. Because it's freaking 2014, and we're having a feud between Mark Henry and Big Show. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, oh my God. Like, no one cares about this. Like, the crowd didn't give a damn. Granted, they're in Buffalo. But, you know, the crowd didn't give a damn. You know, it's not like Mark Henry or Big Show got any heat or freaking reaction. You know why? Because they didn't. You want to know why? Because they didn't give a rat's ass about this. That's why. I mean, damn. I mean, I don't know if this means Big Show's going to go off to the sunset or they're just going to freaking, you know, continue with this BS, most likely continue this BS, but yeah, because, yeah, they got nothing else for these guys to do. So next we have the big kitty Wonder Woman Bella versus Emma, and, you know, I like both these women. You know, it was okay, it was short, sweet, got to the point. Again, you have to have AJ on commentary. Apparently that's what AJ is there for, on commentary now. She's the Divas Champion. She hasn't wrestled in God knows how long, since what, Hell in a Cell? Which was, what, 8 days ago? But no, she's on commentary. Miss April Brooks, ladies and gentlemen. 12-year-old Miss April Brooks. Actually, wait, no, she had a match last Monday. Take that back. But still, like, ugh. Oh yeah, and apparently after the match, she had Brie ordered by Nikki. Hippie Bella got ordered by Big Kitty Wonder Woman herself to slap the 12-year-old Miss Brooks, which was hilarious. I loved it. But anyways, she pushed Brie out of the side and basically tried to go after Nikki. Nikki's at the ramp. The closest we'll ever get to CM Punk versus John Cena, guys. So next we have Zack Ryder versus Rusev. Hey guys, Zack Ryder's on television. Too bad he got his ass kicked within like less than a minute. So yeah, Rusev and Lana cut a promise, and they're gonna win the United States Championship. And Sheamus is like, "Oi, fella, no disrespect, but I love this country, even though I'm freaking from Ireland, fella. The great chances, fella." Yeah. And basically, Stephanie, the Queen of Queens, comes out to Lana and basically says, "Oh, I'm giving you a United States Championship match. Least you can do is basically be on our team for team authority." And then Lana's like, "I'll get back to you." Yeah. So then you have Fernando versus Stardust. And yeah, so I guess now we're having a Stardust and Goldust feud for the tag titles with Fernando, Diego, and Los Matadores, because freaking now you're gonna have Stardust and Goldust on SmackDown in a steel cage match with the tag team titles. And yeah, it's kind of sad how the only like legitimate tag team other than the Usos is the freaking Los Matadores. Just saying. Okay, so then we move on to the main event: Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. And not a bad match. Not too bad. I mean, it's something that, I've again put on Twitter. Follow me down in the description box. Hey, if WWE gets to promote free of Survivor Series and saying how, subscribe to the WWE Network, I'm allowed to plug my Twitter account, goddammit. But anyways, so you had the long lost X-Men versus a pretty good match. Something you haven't seen if Cena was in this match, and that's Seth Rollins going over cleanly. Rollins wins by backslide, and a lot of people are saying, "Really, a backslide?" I can understand, your frustrations over that, but you gotta look at it this way. It protects Randy Orton because it's like, okay, he didn't get killed with a curb stop in this match, and also protects Seth Rollins because it's like, oh no, he's Mr. Money in the Bank, he's losing this match, yeah. So it makes both the guys look relatively strong. So it is what it is. But really, the key after the match was basically, oh crap, we forgot. One, Randy Orton's banged up. Two, he's got to go do the Condemned 2 in like several weeks. So let's just write him off TV. So basically, the whole authority basically beats the holy hell out of Randy Orton. After Orton tried, giving handshakes to everyone but Rollins, and then gives him an RKO. So then it was like, let's beat the holy hell, and Queen of Queens, Stephanie's like doing her best freaking Mortal Kombat impersonation, is what best I could say to finish him. And then all hell broke loose. Kane starts beating up on Orton. Orton's busted open. He gets the curb stomp on the announce table, and then he gets another curb stomp, this time on the steel steps. It looks pretty good. Obviously, full-fledged face. Batman has returned, guys. Dark Knight has risen. Saw what I did there, huh? So, that was pretty much it. And usually I close this video saying la 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 la, but you know what? We have another match on the WWE Network, guys. The United States Championship match between Rusev and Sheamus. Match was kind of, you guys know how I feel about Rusev. You guys know how I feel about Lana. Sheamus, well, thank God he dropped the belt, because it's like, okay, you could do better with Sheamus. This is a guy who beat freaking John Cena for the WWE Championship in a span of like what? 4 weeks of him debuting, like seriously. But anyways, Rusev wins the United States Championship with the accolade. Sheamus, didn't pass out, he passed out, and Rusev's the new United States champion. So obviously they're pushing Rusev, and hey, I'm not a fan of Rusev by any means, but if you want to push a young star like this, you might as well, do it this way. And I think it would be interesting too, real quick before I end this video. I'm not saying because I'm an attitude era, Mark. But what if they change the United States Championship temporarily, of course, to the European Championship or the Russian Championship? I think that would be interesting. But hey, it's WWE. They'll probably be lazy and won't do such a thing. So, anyways, overall, this Raw, it had its lows to say the least, but a couple of highs. I thought Vince coming back was nice to see. You had, of course, the main event was pretty good. You had the Ziggler and Authority segment good, and then the United States Championship match was okay for what it was. So overall, show. You know, gets mediocre at best. You want to say it. You know, worst case scenario. So yeah, it was it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.